Hey, what is happening, groovy people? My name is Tom Beal, and I am super excited to have you here for today's special training. And as you see on your screen, that we are going to be talking about GrooveSell today. And here we are on the second episode of Tuesday Training with Tom, which is only for alliteration purposes only. When you learn copy, alliteration can add to a lot of twisty, tongue-tying tumultuous talk. Anyhow, and today we're going to learn how to create a product in GrooveSell, how to connect your PayPal and Stripe to GrooveSell, and all that goes in between all of that. And today's a little bit different because we're focused more on GrooveSell. So that said, we're going to skip over the updates and get into directly about what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to show you what we're going to be talking about. We're actually going to jump in and demonstrate all live of what I'm showing you here. And then obviously we're going to have questions and answers. But before I get going too far, give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me all right and everything is okay. This wouldn't be the first time that I talk to myself and no one could hear me. So type a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. And let's see what we got here. 111, Jorge, Omar, Terry, Yoshen, Gordon, Len, Dan, Francis, Sandy, Andrea, Scott, AJ, Yoshi. Hi, Tom. All right, so then we got some other stuff there. Aha, actually a long question there, Jorge. I'll see if I can get to that in a little bit. Audio is terrible, logging out and we'll log back in. Okay, it looks like everyone else, it says 111, they can hear me. Georgia from San Francisco, very cool. Rob, good to see you here. All right, everybody, it looks like we are good to go. And I will, before I kick it off, let you know that the one and only Donna Fox is here with us this evening as well. So hello, Donna. I know she's on mute. There she is.
Hi there.
All right. So Donna's going to be here because y'all, I just want you to know, like, here's the fun part. And Donna actually shared this with me. I'll bring it up now because it's a perfect analogy. And she just shared it with me. It's the first time I heard it. And I hope I share it right, which is pretty simple. And I think I will be able to. But here's the deal. I'm fairly new at this GrooveSell and Groove Pages things. And when I do the trainings, my nickname and my moniker is the Simplifier. My whole goal and purpose is to simplify for this whole process for you so that there's the overwhelm that disappears. And so Donna shared with me this analogy. She said, using a new tool like this is very similar to going to someone else's house and trying to use their remote control for their TV setup. The remote control that you have, you know it pretty much by your touch because you've used it so frequently. Yet when you go to your friend's house or you get a new remote control for your house, you have to consciously focus at it because you don't know what you don't know, and uh, it's not as similar to the way that your old remote control was. So you don't know what you don't know. You have to relearn it. And geez, even if as I'm sitting here in front of this computer, you may even notice this with things as simple as a new keyboard on a new computer. You know, you've used a keyboard for years, yet it's slightly different. And have you ever had your finger hit different keys and you're like, wait a minute, I'm a better typist than this. Why am I not doing it? Because your fingers are used to the old way. And so just so you know, I'm fairly new to this. And that's one of the reasons Mike and Donna brought me on here, not just due to the long-term relationship that we have, but also due to I'm not a computer geek. Yes, I know a lot of stuff just simply because I've been in it a lot of years, but I'm not a programmer. I'm not someone who can type really fast. I'm not, you know, you get what I'm saying? They want me to say, look, Tom, you are, as a simplifier, while you learn it, you can help others learn it in a simple manner. So that said, I don't know most all of the answers at this particular juncture, but I'll be learning and sharing my journey with you as I learn. That said, I'm also a professional, right? So I'm not going to jump on here, never have touched it before. I am going to make sure that I've gone through it and have experimented and figured out any of the questions that or challenges that I may have come across prior to getting on here so that we can make it as seamless as possible. But I just wanted to frame that for you. And that said, let me jump down and just see what else is going on in the chat here. Max from Alaska. Hi, Donna. Uh, Groove Academy. Good question. This is the best teacher style for me. Thank you, Tom. Oh, Heidi, good to see you here, Heidi. Donna, can you provide a link to Tuesday replay access? Okay, so Donna will be here helping out with some chats and questions as we proceed. But so I set the frame for you. And so just think of this and remember, even something as simple as a remote control that you get a brand new one for your house. And nowadays, the simple aspect may even be gone if you're a gadget household, because one remote control can power the daggum whole household, and it can be a whole course necessary just to learn how to operate that thing. But for simple remote controls, you don't even pick that up as lightning fast. So give yourself some time, give yourself some flexibility, and say, you know what, I'm going to figure this out. It's not that complicated, especially once I do it once. Once I see it and once I do it, I'll make my way through it pretty clearly. So let's proceed here. So just to give you an overview before we dive in live, we're going to show you how to create a funnel in GrooveSell. Basically how to log into your GrooveSell, how to get there, how to click on the funnels, click on product funnels, new product funnel button, name it, describe it, then create the products that are in that particular funnel, how to create a product. You name and describe it, you select your payment options, you choose how to accept those payments, select the thank you pages, all the different payment options available, fun stuff. And I'm going to show this to you now, and we'll probably revert back to it. I'm going to show how I integrated my PayPal and Stripe, and we'll also touch on how to integrate like authorize.net and things of that nature. So basically, and I'll get in here and demonstrate this inside GrooveSell here shortly. Once you get into GrooveSell and you try to integrate, it's going to say connect your PayPal. You need your name, your PayPal, your client ID, and your secret ID. Then obviously you have to go log into your PayPal, and then at the top you'll see where it says business setup, and where that arrow is I put there, offer PayPal checkout on your website, set up online payments. You click on that. So I'll slow down. So when you log into your PayPal, go to the more, click business setup. This option comes up and you set up payments and click on set up online payments. Then inside that, you go there and you click get your API credentials. Once you're in there inside your PayPal, that's all blacked out, but that's my client ID. And even if I didn't black it out, I probably wouldn't fear, because it goes on continuously beyond the end. So it would be, it'd have to take a real computer hack to figure it out. But anyhow, copy and paste your client ID, put it over in the GrooveSell area that's asking for it, and then click on that show button underneath secret. And that's going to come up with another code that you copy and paste and put both of them right here where it says underneath your name and PayPal email address, your client ID, and the secret. And once you paste those in there, you click create and it's connected. And like I said, I'm just showing you right now, telling you what I'm going to tell you. We're going to demonstrate it, and then we're going to go back and reference this again. And the same thing, once you connect your Stripe, it's going to ask you for your name of that Stripe account, the publishable key, and the secret key, and how to get there in Stripe. Once you're logged in Stripe, on the left-hand side of options there, you see developers. When you click on developers, it opens up the option for API keys. You click on API keys, and sure enough, there you see your publishable key and your secret key. You copy and paste the first one. You have to click that button there that says reveal live key token. And when you do that, you copy and paste that back over into those areas, into the GrooveSell account, and you're all set. So that's what we're going to touch on real quickly. And that's one of the steps to create your funnel, to create your products. And that said, I'm going to jump over to change to the different screen. And we're going to go to Google Chrome here. All right, so when you first log in, and I'm in here playing with Groove Pages to show you how to toggle back and forth. Obviously, when you first log in, if I were to log out and log back in, I would have the option of either Groove Pages or GrooveSell. Once you're in Groove Pages, if you scroll or just go to the bottom here, you see this bottom little button. Click on that bottom button in the left, and then it brings up these options here, and then you select over to GrooveSell. And now we're in GrooveSell, and this is the page that we default to. So now we're getting into how to create your funnel and your products. And so over here on the left-hand side, you have home, you have funnels, you have affiliates, you have analytics, marketplace at the bottom, promos, and then the button that we touched to go back to Groove Pages if you want to. Today, we're going to be focused on the funnels aspect. So click on funnels. And then once you click on funnels, click on product funnels. You see there's some options there: product funnels, coupons, tracking, sales tax, self-billing. Right now, pick up that top option, product funnels. We're going to click on product funnels. Now, in playing around, you see this one that I have here is lead magnet to live event. We're going to talk about this. Now, I can exit out of these options right now because we're right here where we need to be, which is what funnels we're going to do. And I'll maybe jump back to this one, but we'll start with a fresh one. So basically up in the right-hand corner, you see where it says new product funnel. So you click on new product funnel. And man, we have such a wide, diverse range of entrepreneurs on the line. I'm trying to think. I kind of like, you can name it whatever you want. The internal name is so when you look at it, you know what it is. And then the external name will be something that, others may see as well. So right here, I can do interview series, upsell, interview series with upsell. So interview series with upsell. So the name, so my own internal name, interview series with upsell. And I don't even, basically you'd want to have your thing figured out basically on a piece of paper before you jump in here. So the name of this one, comfort zone expansion. Nothing good happens in your comfort zone. And we'll see if that is too many letters. Yep, okay. Comfort zone. Okay, so once you create your funnel, this is just the name, right? And then we build the products, and you can have numerous products in the funnel. So we'll start with some initial product and then have an upsell. And then so once you create your initial name that's referenced for this particular funnel. Now if Mike were doing this, he would do one for Groove Pages, one for GrooveSells, one for GrooveSell, one for Groove Cart, etc. So for your business, what are the products? So, another person, I'm looking at my bookshelf here. So Brendan Burchard, High Performance Academy, High Performance Experts, Product Creation. He's got those different brands. So you think of what a brand is for your funnel, and then we click on that product button in the top. And this is where we begin. So in the upper right-hand corner, I just clicked on product. And this is where we begin. So I'm going to start with an initial product that you have to think through as to what the upsell path can be. So I'm going to call this the comfort zone interviews. So over the years, I've interviewed hundreds of people. And so I'll pick the ones, and I, just as this hypothetical at this point, but trying to make it as simple as possible. So I'll pick the ones that I feel fit this particular topic. And, and then obviously from this is separate from all the sales copy and all the marketing, which that would be created in Groove Pages. But this is just the actual products themselves. So the comfort zone interviews, and I will say millionaire interviews, breaking comfort zones. And this is the front end product. Okay, so I'm going to save this and next. And you can see the whole line of things up here is what we're going to go through. All of that. So number 1, info. 2, pricing. 3, gateways. 4, content. 5, checkout. Bumps. Fulfillment. Funnel. Affiliates. Proof. Finish. So I'm going to go into interviews, and then later we're going to create, this is the initial product, the front end product, and then we're going to come back into this funnel and I will create an upsell afterwards. You see what I'm doing here? So in the toggles down here, there's an upsell, downsell, or a front end product. This is going to be the front end product, the initial product, which, as you may or may not have in your process, may come after an initial opt-in. So think about this. We talked last week on an opt-in page. From an opt-in page, people go to a thank you page. The thank you page could be what's called an OTO, a one-time offer. And this comfort zone interviews could be after maybe I give away one interview of, let's see, so I've interviewed Joe Vitale from The Secret several times. Let's say, so I'm just hypothetically giving away a Joe Vitale interview for an opt-in. When they opt in for the Joe Vitale, hey, congratulations, you are absolutely going to love this interview with Joe Vitale. It is ridiculously amazing. And you're an action taker. I love action takers, and I have a very special gift for you that I'm actually testing out. People that didn't say yes to this would never even know this is available. This is my way of saying thank you, and I put together a special package of interviews that are specifically focused on helping you step out of your comfort zone, because as you know, comfort zones are not only holding you back, they're holding me back, they're holding your hero back. Every one of us has a comfort zone. Why? Because they're comfortable. Well, guess what? I've talked with some of the absolute best millionaires and experts on this specific topic, and they share the strategies that help them step out of their comfort zone. And ladies and gentlemen, that's just off the top of my head, right? This is all hypothetical, but you get the picture, right? So this is where that could be a possible scenario for you. This is after an opt-in. This is the one-time offer, which leads them into my front-end product. And then once they get the front-end product, a similar message will be shared of something special I have for the people who take action and buy this product. Give me a 1 down in the chat if you're following me, or if I'm talking too fast. So, all right, I'm looking down here in the questions. Give me a 1 if you're following me. Okay, so James, yes. Seth, 1. Glenn, 1. Amy, 1. Gordon, all good. 1. Wesley, Georgia, Sandy, Tom, Rob, Maxwell. Heidi, a little too fast. All right, Heidi, I'll slow it down a little bit. I am a little hyped up. I just got back from a 3-day amazing event where I literally was with friends that I've been friends with from 2006, multimillionaires, some of the best in the internet marketing world converged, and I just got back from it yesterday. So I'm still in that mental high space of leaving that, and I was the MC of it, and it was absolutely amazing. So I may be
I
talking.
also want to jump in there on the too fast.
Sure.
We try to get as much content to you in a short amount of time as possible. This is why we make replays available.
Right.
So we try to go fast, and then you can go back in the replay and watch it at your convenience, because you're not meant to be actually doing it right now. This is kind of your first overview. So I'm going to encourage you, Tom, to go as fast as you'd like. Get all the information that you possibly can out in the training today.
All right. Cool. And yes, Heidi says, I feel that energy, and she says, I got it. So thank you. All right. Thank you for that clarification, Donna, and reminder. And yeah, that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. And Donna's going to be helping out with some questions, and I am putting the halls in my throat because I did speak on stage for 3 days from start to finish. So I'll try not to have that clanking around in my mouth too much, but trying to keep my voice together.
Shout out if you need a little break. I can fill the dead air.
Cool. I should be good. We'll press forward. So circling back, I'll jump right back in. So keep the comments coming. I'm not looking at them now, but I'll review them in a bit. I'm gonna focus on the screen here and get us through this. So just follow me on that thought real quickly. I'll summarize. So this product that we're creating, the comfort zone interviews, in this hypothetical scenario, and I thought my mind copy was pretty good on what I just described. So if I gave away a free Joe Vitale interview, the person from The Secret, but Don and I interviewed him a long time ago, back in like 07 together, and that was phenomenal. I interviewed him just a year or so ago. It was amazing, for an opt-in. So people opt in to get that incredible and powerful interview. And then afterwards, this is where I would lead to this product, comfort zone interviews. Hey, you just signed up for that interview. You're going to love it. And you're someone who knows you can get massive value, decades and minutes from these super amazing experts. Well, you're going to love what Joe has to say, but I have a special gift for you. And this is actually a test. I just want to reward you for taking actions. You know, as Joe says, money loves speed, right? And you took action. You gave your name and email. You're going to get massive value. And I wanted to do something real special for you. So I've interviewed and I put together this package for comfort zone interviews. These are with millionaires, who've pushed through seemingly insurmountable barriers to reach the level of success that they've reached. And I know that each and every one of them can help you step out of your comfort zone into your greatness. And normally the interviews go for $97 or more a piece. I've bundled them together in a package that you're absolutely going to love. And then we're going to get into this. And then my whole goal is to get them to like this front end product. And then later I'll come back and we'll actually do an upsell for the people that get the comfort zone interviews. And we could even do a downsell for the ones that say no. And we'll discuss that here in a little bit. So real simply, you name it, you give it a description, you pick the front end product right now, and then you click save and next. Whoops, more than 20, comfort zone. Comfort zone talks. Okay, so now pricing, and this is where it gets exciting. So this you're gonna love. All right, and this simplifies what used to be so hard and used to take ridiculously large amount of time, energy, and resources to do. And you'll see how easy this is. So basically, I'm gonna show you a whole bunch of different price points to see how simple this is. So basically what I'm gonna share now is, and the great news is, I'm gonna do this price point, I'm gonna call it dollar trial. And I'm gonna say dollar trial just for the description, keep it simple and make it the default. Now, and some people may be asking, well, Tom, what's the dollar trial? Well, think about this, and you may have participated in some of these. Look, I believe in this so much that instead of me, telling you how awesome it is, I'm going to allow you to get it for only $1. Literally one George Washington out of your pocket. $1 bill, which doesn't even get you a pack of bubble gum anymore. But it will get you access to these life-changing interviews. And it's a trial that you're going to get to see that not only is it what I say, it's even better. So all you need to do is enter your details below. You'll be listening to these interviews. You'll be transforming your life for only $1. And if you don't like it, you don't pay anything at all after that. You can just simply send us an email and we won't bill you any further. So I go here, I type in 1, I give a 14-day trial period. So you see at the bottom here, whoops, I'm going to do recurring here. So I'm doing a $1 trial. I'm going to do recurring because I want this to be an ongoing. It's going to be a bundled package for this hypothetical product that I'm creating right now. They're going to get, let's just say, 5 interviews for one low price and then be billed on a regular monthly basis for additional interviews, some live, some pre-recorded possibly. And then the price going on, depending on what product it is, it could be $97 a month. It could be $197 a month. It could be $47 a month, whatever you want to do it. Just for easy math, I'm going to do $97 a month. And with that, you can come up with the copy to make it where 97 seems like a drop in the bucket. Their return on investment is significantly larger, exponentially larger per month. And they get all that for $97. And then I can add a new price point. And this new price point could be early bird. Well, actually, just straight into monthly membership. Monthly membership, something simple like that. So this could be a beta monthly membership. So something that's not even, and that you get, the good part is once you test all these different price points, some of them can be, you can pick default one, you could pick, as you'll see in a second, some specials that will only be shared to certain people. But I'm just going to show you how simple it is to create a whole bunch of different price points. So beta monthly membership, and let's just say it's going to be the $1 trial or 97 a month. And they see that, you could say beta membership is 47 per month. Like this is for, early birds, the people who are on my list. You can skip the $1 trial and go straight into, since you already know, like, and trust me, not have to pay the 97 per month. You can go right in and automatically save roughly half and get it for only $47 a month. And this is only because you're on my list. No one else gets this. And that's one example. Then you could also do, and since she's on here, I'll say friend of Donna. And this is where you see the creativity here. So a friend of Donna will be a specific special link that is only going to be sent to Donna. That could be one price point. And you'll see how we do this. And then you could add another price point. It just finished, but you had Valentine's Day. We've got Easter coming up, so we could do summer special. And pretty much, I'm just showing you that whatever reason why you can come up with, you can create a new price point. As you read, if you read Robert Cialdini's books about influence, all you need is a reason why. So it could be a summer special. It could be, pretty much anything. My anniversary, right? Any reason why.
Yeah, all you need is a reason. It doesn't need to make sense.
Right, correct. It doesn't even need to make sense. Anything, any reason why. A Corona special. I mean, you can come up with anything. And so with that said, you can create any type of pricing. Now, and then there's also, let's just say this. So you saw the monthly. Let's say there's a recurring, and you could do annual. We'll just make this annual. Annual. And so for people that know, like, and trust you, instead of paying the $97 a month or the $497 a month, you can get it for $497 per year. $497 per year. And then you could actually do some special lifetime membership. And I'm just demonstrating this to show you how simple it is to create as many different price points as you want. And so instead of the $497 per year, we have a special that expires on XYZ date. You can get it for $497 for a lifetime. See what I'm saying? And then you could also do lifetime membership in installments. Okay. Lifetime easy pay. Can't pay the $497 all at once. No worries, because we're actually going to allow you to do lifetime easy pay. And let's just do a quick math here. 497 divided by 3, 497 divided by 6. Only $85. And we'll do $89 per month. For 6 months. For 6 months, right? And who knows, this would definitely not be my pricing plan of a well thought out one, but this gives you the idea and understanding that how simple it is to add a new price point. And what they're also going to be having coming soon. So you got your one-time option, which was for like a lifetime or just a single purchase of something. Even if it was just a single purchase, if I didn't have it continuing and it was just a bundle of 5 audios, it could be, normally they're $97 a piece. You get all 5 for only $97 one-time payment, etc. But you can figure it out whether this is a one-time, whether it's a recurring, which you get to choose the intervals and then how often that occurs, and or an installment, which you get to choose the price point, the interval of when they're billed, and how many installments, and then it's done. Or if it's an annual recurring, for instance, that you also want to have installments on, it can be recurring installments, which is coming soon. So if it's the $89 monthly for 6 installments, but it's an ongoing annual thing, they can have that repeat every year. So this is just incredibly powerful and simplifies the process of having to have programmers and spending a lot of money to be able to give yourself a lot of different pricing options. And we'll circle back and talk more about this in a second, but we'll continue for time's essence. And then, as you see, it didn't come up because there's a button here. If I click here, membership, let's just go member, save and next. Okay. So if something comes up where it's not letting you progress, take a quick look down here. And as you saw, there was that little exclamation point. And I went there and solved it and moved on. Now we're here at the payment gateways. And this is where you would go to add, well, I already added my PayPal, but I'll back up. So payment gateways, if you've already added, which I added my account for PayPal and Stripe, I can go here and add my PayPal. If you have more than one PayPal account, you can actually continually add more and more that you've connected. Now that I've only have one, this is where I'd put 100, which is 100%. If you have multiple PayPal accounts that you've connected, you could add another one and another one and another one, and you could break it down by out of all the sales processed by PayPal, you want 50% to come from one, 20% to come from one, and 30% to come from the other. As long as all of the choices add up to 100, that's all you need to do, and you'll be able to move on. Since I only connected one, I have to type 100 in because I want 100% of them coming to that one. And the same thing for credit card. I would add my gateway because I'd put my Stripe in here, and this would have to be 100 because I'd want 100% of the sales to go to this one particular gateway. And I could have named that Stripe to clarify it, but Stripe. And then you could have other ones in there, authorized.net, etc. But I already added them before getting here. So how do you add them? At the top here, it says payment gateways, apply for a merchant account. As you know, Groove, Groove apps and all they have GrooveSell, Groove Pages, they have Groove Pay, and you can connect to Groove Pay and you can go see and get your merchant account approved through Groove Pay and then set that up. But if you already have one set up through PayPal or Stripe, here's where you go to do that. So at the top here, when you come here to this page, it's payment gateways, apply for a merchant account with Groove Pay, set up gateways is where you go to connect your Stripe or PayPal. And you click on that red button in the corner, you'd connect another Stripe account if you want to. And when you do that, it puts up those options that I showed you in the very beginning here before we jumped on. You'd log into your Stripe, you'd name it, give it a distinction that's different from your other Stripe account, put in your publishable key and then the secret key, create it, and it would integrate. For PayPal, same thing. Click on that. It's going to ask you for PayPal. If you had a different name, you'd want to distinguish it from the other PayPals. Put your payment email address, and once you log in, you'd click and paste the client ID as well as a secret key, and you would integrate. You can integrate as many of the PayPal accounts you have access to, as many of the Stripes you have access to, and then same thing with authorized.net. If you already have an authorized.net account, it just simply asks for all those details, which you find when you're logged into your authorized.net account. Copy and paste those and create, and now you have all those options. So then when you go back over to payment gateways and you click on credit card, you'd be able to add authorized.net. You'd be able to add all the other different ones, Groove, Pay, all the ones you have. And then if you have 3 or 4 of them here, you could break it up 25%, 25%, 25%, 25% if you want, or you could break it down into the ones that are more seasoned. And you know, this one can handle more volume, so I'm going to give it 80% or 60%, and then 20%, 20%. You know, break it down however you feel makes sense, but they all have to add up to 100. Since I only have one here, it's going to be 100. I have one here, it's going to be 100. Give me a 1 if that makes sense. Give me a 1 in the comments. And here's a good question from Tammy Kern. Can we just charge shipping only? And that's a good question. The answer is yes. And how you would frame it is, you pay nothing for this book. I just simply ask you cover the shipping and handling charges. And your product would be, name it whatever you want, free book. And then you'd have 2 different payment options. One payment option for US and Canada, maybe if Canada fits in your shipping, in the same shipping budget, or it could be US and international, and you'd have one charge for US and one charge for international. And that would be one way to do it. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so I'm seeing the ones. Kevin, Sandy, Alina, Mark, Omar, Amy, Wesley, Francis. Okay, good. We got it. Oladare, Ellen, Tammy, Rob, Brandon. All right, so we're on point. So now I connected my PayPal. I connected my credit card. I don't have GrooveSell, coming soon. And PayPal risk mitigation is coming soon as well. And that's going to be something that we'll review when it comes out, but it's very important. And what this means is PayPal won't be shown 100% of the time on your order pages if you don't want it to. Like when you're running large volumes and you don't want your PayPal to get shut down due to too high of a volume, you can have it not even show up 100% of the time. and that's going to be coming soon. So Mike has thought a lot about this and has done so much volume over the years that he's come across difficulties and challenges that no one really has or thought about. And so this is going to help you when you get your business up to that higher level. This will be released and will help you mitigate your chances of getting in trouble with PayPal and them holding your money for months and months. So simple there. So I connect to my PayPal, I connect to my credit card, and then we click Save and Next. All right, now here's where you add in your sales page, your thank you page, and your refund period. And this literally is, what you would be creating in Groove pages. In essence, you would go and get that URL. I'm just gonna, for time's sake, just type in some of my URLs to move this forward. Thank you page.
Now, while you're doing that, I just want to let
Yep.
people know, you can, if you know what your custom domain is integrated with Groove Pages, you can put the URL in here before it's ready in Groove Pages. Eventually, it will have a drop down and it will give you your pages in Groove Pages, but that's later on in the development process. So don't worry, go ahead and put in, like you could put in Google if you want right now, google.com.
Yep, right.
It doesn't matter. You can still progress. And in fact, it's not uncommon to have to put in a placeholder as you're making your product and then go back later to fill in the information. So if you get to this point and you don't panic if you don't have your sales page yet, just put in a placeholder. Next week, we're talking about sales pages. So you'll get a clearer understanding of how you can get your URL for your sales page and your thank you page at that time.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, and thank you for pointing that out. So that is something to keep in mind. When you're here, you're like, oh crap, I don't have, Tom, the actual thank you page for the dollar trial and for the beta monthly member, for the friend of Donna, for the annual. What do I do? Well, Donna said, you can actually just type in Google, right? And I just copied and pasted mine. So I mean, you can literally go in here and put any URL in, google.com, and all of these for now, and come back later when you and your team have created all of these. And let me review what this is. So in essence, what you're looking at here is, since we created all those different price points back here, you have the option to send each and every one of these to a different thank you page URL. And there's purpose and rhyme for a reason for this. And this was very difficult to do prior to Mike having the real world experience and saying, I don't want to have those problems, issues, and time consuming challenges. So if someone buys the dollar trial, you may have a different thank you page because you want to embrace them. And, I'm super excited. I know you're going to love it, and just paste them and future paste them and make them know exactly how it's going to unfold. And then for each of these different pricing opportunities, you have different thank you pages that you could also send them to. And that's up to you to expand and decide, how can I best wrap my arms around each of these choices? And you'll see some other things here in a minute that make it even smarter. And then we jump to refund period. So just to step back and reiterate what Donna said, you don't even have to have your sales page done. You don't even have to have your thank you page done in this creation process. All you have to do is remember that you put in a placeholder, and it could be just google.com or whatever. You need to make sure you and your team come back and put the proper URLs in so that they aren't going to random pages that aren't in the process. Now we jump over to refund period. Depending on what product you have, you could have a whatever you want, a 30-day refund period. You could have a 14-day refund period. You could have a 60-day refund period, whatever you want. But generally, industry standard in a lot of places is 30 days. But then you could have a buffer period because, there's a lot of 31 days in a lot of or several months, right? So you could have a buffer period of 3 days just to make sure that you don't pay commissions to people that their refund period expired in 30 days, yet they bought in the very beginning of a 31-day month, and they canceled on the 31st day at the ending hours of it, and you've already paid the affiliate commission because you didn't have a buffer period in, right? So you can add a 3-day buffer period or whatever buffer period you want so that there is no overlap or miscommunication or confusion. And that makes sure that you aren't paying people on affiliate sales for clients that have already refunded, etc. And so we'll just leave it at that, and we'll click Save and Next. And then here's where we got a whole bunch of options, right? And this is where it gets fun. And this takes you just looking through all the possibilities of what we have here. So type. Obviously, you can see the 3 options below are coming soon. So right now, it's the GrooveSell hosted checkout, where they're going to host the page for you, and you can link your sales page to the checkout page. Soon, there's going to be a pop-up on your site where your checkout page will open up as a pop-up on your site, and you can copy the embed code to your sales page. There's also going to be embedded into your own page. Your checkout page will be embedded into your site as a borderless iframe. And then there's also going to be the ability for your own custom design. Your checkout page will be hosted by you with your own custom designs and pages. But for now, we'll choose that option. And then we go with the look and feel. And you could upload your product image. And if you don't have one, that's fine. But if you have one, absolutely upload your product image. And then you get to pick the pink, the blue, or the gray sidebar, and you get to preview that. So preview the blue. We'll pick the blue. And we're going to continue over to form fields. Now, the form fields, it already has first name, last name, email, country, and state chosen. And those are unchecked. You can't uncheck those at this point, but you get to choose if you want their address, their city and postal code, their phone, their company, and you can uncheck those if you don't want those. And then you could also add in custom fields. So anything that you would want to have them fill out, this is really simple to add in a custom field. In some cases, birthday, who knows? If you need a birthday, there you go. They're now going to have a birthday field. if you want to know shirt size. Whoops. And shirt size is not a good example. Well, it's a good example, but I'll explain why it might be confusing for me to even bring that up. So all that we're doing inside here is not for an e-commerce site. This is all for selling digital information. However, I just left this advanced marketing event, and many of the other businesses there, as a gift, give people a t-shirt. So understand, the business isn't selling t-shirts, but they want to gift, the law of reciprocation, a bonus or something like that. So the only reason I put shirt size here, if you're talking e-commerce and your business is selling shirts, you aren't going to be in GrooveSell. That's not what you'd be doing here. But if you are giving a free t-shirt for people that take advantage of this, you need to know their shirt size. Make sense? Give me a 1 down there if you're making sense. So this is simple, but it was super complicated in the past. All right, cool. Rob, Francis, Julian, all right, everybody gets it. So, and what I'm saying was very difficult is this adding custom field for stuff that you would want on the checkout page. So as you can see here, it's so simple that you could keep all these because they're necessary. And then who knows, maybe you need to know anything you want. Skype ID, we're meeting on Skype. So you're automatically going to receive a reach out from my team on Skype. And obviously we need your Skype ID. Anything that you need on the checkout page, you get to choose here. And if you don't want it afterwards, you can just click that. Are you sure? Yes, delete it. Are you sure? Yes, delete it. Birthday, I don't need the birthday. All right. And maybe I don't need company. But all these are optional at the bottom, and you're definitely gonna get first name, last name, email, country, and state. Express checkout, here are some options for you. So basically you just go along the line here, you choose the process you want for your purchasers, and then you pick the one that's most appropriate. No, use the full checkout experience. Do not use one-click upsells and let customers pay with a full checkout experience. Yes, activate one-click confirmation. Use one-click upsells, but ask for confirmation before placing the order. Yes, activate straight through payments. Use one-click upsells and place the orders once the buy now button is clicked. I think it's self-explanatory, but this one here, they'd have to buy, check out. If they want the next product, they'd have to buy and check out. This one, if they purchase this first one and there's an upsell for them to take advantage of something else, they would click on, yes, I want this, and there'd be a little pop-up that says, are you sure you want this? Your credit card is going to be charged whatever price. And they say yes, and that goes through. This one, they click the next product, and it automatically processes and it brings them through without having a pop-up. So that's all through testing. I'm sure I'm probably not the only one that's bought some products, like click it and like, oh crap, it already charged for that upsell. I didn't know it was, I thought it was gonna give me a pop-up. So I would probably recommend this one to lower refunds, but this one, once you have reputation out there and stuff, you might be able to do the bottom one. But yes, activate one-click confirmation if you have upsells. I would put that one. Cart abandonment. If people get to the checkout cart and they leave without buying, here's the options. No, don't tag them if they leave. Checkout page visitors will not be tagged if they leave the transaction process before completing the payment. Yes, coming soon. Tag them if they leave. The system will tag visitors who, upon visiting the checkout page, don't complete the payment within 1 hour. So coming soon, that was going to put a tag on people that abandon cart, which then allows you to communicate with them in a different way. Hey Tom, we noticed that you were there and for whatever reason didn't finish the processing. Just to remind you, this special expires soon. Click here to go finish that order and or call us with any questions. Some type of cart abandonment follow-up. So that's coming soon. That's super powerful. Custom CSS and tracking. Added at the end of the body tag on your products or checkout. And that's for any scripts that you want to have there that changes the CSS and tracking. And then we have terms, legal terms. No vendor specific terms and conditions. Your customers don't have to agree to any of your company's specific terms and conditions. Agree to vendor specific terms and conditions. And this is where you could have, and this helps with chargebacks and people who claim they never purchased and things of that nature and never, I didn't know there was only a 14-day refund period, things like that. So you can put in anything by purchasing today, I agree to the terms here, right? And that could even, and here could be a URL that goes to some listing of your terms, and they have to click a button that says, yes, I agree, and whoops, great. Okay, so view actual size, that's the right one. All right, and then we'll just click no terms right there. Then language, fixed checkout language or dynamic checkout language. Fixed checkout language, the checkout page will always be displayed in one specific language and user cannot change the language. Coming soon, there's gonna be a dynamic checkout language. The page will adapt to user's geolocation and user can change the language from checkout page. Pretty wild. So you can change in the future the language of the checkout page. And then we have compliance. No, don't activate, and yes, require them to agree coming soon. So your customers won't need to check any box to place their order. They pay now will be activated by default. I think that's Donna, if you're seeing that, it's not supposed to say pay.
Yeah,
You're supposed
I
to be
am
now.
seeing it. Eventually,
Cool.
they're going to put compliance and legal into one tab. So
Okay.
that's getting made together into the same thing. And I did
Okay.
want to jump in because Julian asked which one we recommended when it comes to the legal, whether or not they should agree to the terms of service or not. For those of you in the United States, there is something called the ROSCA Act, ROSCA compliance. ROSCA stands for Restoring Online Sales Confidence Act, something along that lines. If it's not, I'm impressed that I pulled that out of my butt. Restoring Online Sales Something Act, and it is to protect people from the sales process. So if you are in the US, you should activate the ROSCA mandatory building agreement.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act. Wow. Very nice. Yeah, so coming soon, click that. And then Don and I, we have some compliance and legal stuff coming up, training that will help you understand how and where to get it in a way that will cross your T's, dot your I's to ensure you won't be on anyone's radar and break any seemingly small violation of things like the ROSCA Act and or many other requirements. And there's some simple ways to do it to help keep you out of the problems that can get to. So yeah, that's important stuff, and we definitely have that coming soon as far as how and where to make that a seamless process for you. Also, exit pop-up. So if people are exiting, how they can see that, that's coming soon. And testimonials also going to be coming soon. So there's the checkout. We'll click continue, save and next. And then we have order bumps. Configure order bump settings for your checkout page. So that's coming soon, but right now, no, don't activate. The checkout page will only display the product you're configuring the checkout for. When the order bumps come available, yes, activate the order bump. The checkout page will allow your users to optionally check and add on an offer to their order, virtually buying 2 products in one go. And so this happens a lot with, for example, those free plus shipping books. And it's like, hey, click this box here and receive the audio version for only one simple fee of $14.95 or $29.95, whatever that is. Just simply click this box below and you'll not only get the book, but you'll immediately have access to the audio file. That's one example of an order bump. And then there's also small continuities, that could be put in there for order bumps as well. So that's coming soon, and that's very exciting. Then we click save and next. And now fulfillment. And you've got different things here. So fulfillment for all the different payment options you see there. So when you get here, if you only had one payment option, you only have one option there, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different payment options. So for each of them, we have the possibility in the near future to actually determine how we want to deliver this. And so the webhooks. So right now, the content access, no access page, but coming soon, you're going to be able to choose a downloadable file. So it's going to be able to send your customers a secure download link immediately upon ordering. And then there's also going to be an integrated membership coming soon. So for the fulfillment, it's going to be super simple. When you click on all these, right now, it's the one option of no access page, but pretty soon you'll be able to have like the dollar trial, maybe they get the integrated membership right here, which has all of what they get right now and then unlocks future things they get down the road. But now it goes to the webhook. And if we see here, we have to add the webhook URL. And this is the IPN URL. And Donna, I'm not sure what IPN is. What's the IPN? But anyhow, that just like,
okay, so IPN integration here. Why don't I see it on your screen? Oh, it's the IPN URL. So what an IPN is, it is it's how 2 pieces of software talk to each other. Very similar to an API, but an IPN is a 2-way integration. So if you might find it in something like a custom software. Your programmers, if you were selling software, would create an IPN and they would give you a webhook link like this for your IPN. And then if you had a product that you were selling on subscription, just like a piece of software, just like this. So GrooveSell uses an IPN to connect with Groove pages.
Gotcha.
So when someone buys GrooveSell, the IPN gives them access to Groove pages and all the other stuff. So that's what an IPN is. And that's how you deliver product, excuse me, and that's how you cut off access to something if someone stops paying. So if you stopped paying, if this were a subscription, if you stopped paying the monthly for Groove pages, it would cut off your access. So that is, I think that answers your question on what the
people that refund, et cetera. Yeah, funny enough, like all these years, I've never heard it described as IPN URL. It's just like, okay, and really, and here's the funny part, as I said in the beginning, all I would tell the people is, all right, make sure when they buy, they're able to get it in the members area.
Yeah.
And that's like, right. So that's the nuts and bolts of it. So your people who are the techie people, if you're using whatever the fulfillment aspect is inside a membership area, it's going to have that, the URL is going to have the verbiage and the communication of whether that's a paying customer, whether they've stopped paying, whether if it's recurring, if they're not current on their billing, or whether they've refunded, they no longer have access. And if it's a refund or their billing is in not up to speed, up to date, it could go, that URL with the IPN would tell them, it appears you're having some credit card or billing issues. Please contact support. Right, so you can have some messaging there that would help them understand they don't have access to it currently due to some issues, and then how they could rectify that. So the IPN URL, and now I just put Google there just as a placeholder, but if I delete that, that's what the IPN URL is. And all these years, that's the first I've ever heard it described in that manner, and that's the technical aspect. So Donna, I thank you for sharing that with me. But I knew it was something. It's not a normal URL because, like Donna said, it has to communicate on a recurring. Are they current? Did their processing go through? Did they refund, etc.? And that URL basically has the code in there so that this program talks with the fulfillment program to ensure the people that are current have access. The people that aren't current have a message that lets them know how to rectify that. And that's something that for each of the fulfillment sites that you would have corresponding with this, you would have your tech person help you with that. And then at the top, you see here, each of the different payment plans would need to have an IPN URL, which also means if these payment options have different bonuses or different fulfillment, the IPN URL would be different. If it's all the same, it would be the same IPN URL. But generally, if you have different price points, there might be different bonuses, different access levels, etc., and that would be different URL for each of them. So some of you may be like, what the heck is this? I don't know this. Here's a simple way. Brendan Burchard is pretty well known, and Brendan Burchard still to this day has some monthly membership programs where people pay him, I forgot what the amount is, maybe $47 a month, and he doesn't even deliver it in a membership site. Don, I'm not sure if you know this. He actually has a URL that's not easily figure outable. So it would be like brendan.com/XYZ-42794 whatever, and that's a URL for on a monthly basis. It's a weird URL that everybody who's paying gets access to it, but it's not even in a membership site. Literally, some web tech people probably could find them online for free, but that's how he does it still, even after producing all this. So if that's, so I'm saying that to let you know, you can do it a simple way. So basically, with all these different price points, you could have your own special code of a URL that people wouldn't be able to figure out, something like that. And it would be, for instance, tombeal.com/whatever that code is -February 2020, right? Where no one would be able to figure it out. Versus a URL, if you had, hey, I have a monthly program and every month my members get to access it. That would be figure outable, February 2020. And then, boy, they might guess what next one is. March 2020. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a figure outable one, but you can get creative. And as Brendan, who has produced ridiculous results, he just uses, random URLs that lead to the fulfillment of that particular product. So if you want to jump to the simplified way to do it, you don't have to know the technical stuff. You can just create a URL that is the delivery page that has a weird way of getting there that only people would have access to if they were given it to it. And then you don't put it indexable on your page so that Google doesn't go share it with everybody. So there we have it. So hopefully not too complicated. Just know for each of the payment options, you will have to put in a webhook URL, and then you save and next. If I didn't have them all there, it would have had the exclamation point there, but we proceeded. Now, funnel, post-transaction URL. Configure thank you page or upsell, downsell pages for your funnel here. All right, this is the post-transaction page your customers will be redirected to after the transaction. You can set up your upsell or OTO pages here. So after they buy the dollar trial, after they buy each of the different price points, you get to point them to a standard thank you page that you chose way back, I think here, Or you could create an upsell page. And the upsell page would be another URL that sends them instead of to the thank you page, but to a new upsell. And as Donna said in the previous one, when this comes up, you may not have them now, but you can put a placeholder in there. Or you could just simply keep it at as a thank you page that you put in earlier. And then you can enable advanced tracking codes if you want. This is a little technical for some, but necessary for others. And this basically is going to tell your people, if they're running ads, okay, they purchased the dollar trial, and then it will show of those ones who purchased, if they went to an upsell page, this is now going to track. Okay, they bought the dollar trial, and you're going to see, you'll have another tracking code to see whether on the upsell URL, did they take the upsell or not? So now you'll be able to speak to the people based on their behavior. That may have totally overcomplicated it for many of you, and that's okay. You don't have to put it in here. It's optional, the advanced tracking code. Once you get into running ads, obviously you want to measure the results of the ads that you're running to ensure you know exactly what the return on those advertisements are. So for each of the different price points, you get to choose whether they just go to the standard thank you page you chose earlier. And you can, and by the way, you can go back and modify. Whoops, I'm not even sure what I clicked there. Okay. So where do we go? Whoops. Okay. So I clicked something or slid my finger on something. All right. So where were we? We were up by fulfillment. Okay. So we got to go next. Okay. We're going to get, I slid my finger somewhere on the mouse and it went all the way back. So stick with me. We're going to fast forward here quickly.
I don't even know how you managed to accomplish that one.
No idea. I swiped my finger and there it went. Perfect.
Those are some powerful fingers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So we went to that. We went here. Yes. So here's where we were. So all for each of those, you get to choose the thank you page and or a different upsell page. And that's, you know, you can always come back and modify this. Now we go to the next one in the process. And this is no affiliate program. Don't pay any sales commissions to affiliates, or activate affiliate program. Yes, allow affiliates to earn commissions on each sale. And this is where it gets wild, and you can do a lot of different things. So you can get the commission override, you can get the JV affiliate information page, and this is, we'll get to that in a second. So all the different price options, you get to break it down as to how you want to allow people. So initial charge, it's only $1, so 0. Recurring transactions, for how many charges, right? So initial charge of the $1, I'd keep it nothing, or maybe, you know, no, just nothing. $1, no one's interested. For recurring charges, for the next 12 charges, I want to give 50% commission to the JV person who sent their traffic to the URL. They went to the dollar trial, and for one full year, they're going to get 50%, and the JV broker is going to get 10%. And then for 12 charges, and then for another year, they get 25%, and the JV person gets 5%. I mean, and you can keep going as creative as you want to get. And then I think if I take this one away, and if I leave that 0, I think that stays for perpetuity. So for ongoing charges, it's going to get 50% to the affiliate and 10% to the JV broker who brought you the affiliate. And then you do that for each of the different programs. So you go in here, 50%, 10%, and it's up to you to determine what makes sense. And then since it's friends of Donna, you know, this one, maybe I want to give Donna specifically 60% and no JV tier 2. Matter of fact, Donna, 70%. Right, so that shows you how you can make this to where when Donna shares this, not only do they get a special price, remember how we made that special price for her people, she also gets a specific percentage, and she's going to have the affiliate link that she sends out that sends them to Friends of Donna, ability to get that, and every sale that comes in, 70%, and maybe even give her 100%.
Woohoo!
100% of every sale, right? And some people, Tom, well, why would I do that? Well, it's different for every person, everything, and this is just to show you how easy and user friendly this is. But let's say 75%. Whoops, 75%, and you could actually give a fixed amount as well. So let's just say, I forgot what that sale was, $497 or something like that. We'll say she gets $300 out of every sale. See how simple this is? So annual. So the affiliate, if the annual was, I think, $497, we're going to give them $250 per sale, fixed amount. See, this is super simple. And affiliate manager is going to get $50 per sale. So you can do it by percentages, you can do it by fixed amount, lifetime membership, you can give percentage, 50%, JV broker. And let me just make sure people understand. So affiliate, tier 1 affiliate. So if you listening have an affiliate link and you send your affiliate link and they see the sales page and they buy, anyone who buys, you're going to get 50%. If my friend Sally is a JV broker and she's the one that told you about this offer and you signed up under her second tier affiliate link, you're still going to get your 50% for every sale you send. And Sally's going to get 10% override for being the person that brought you as the affiliate to mailing and promoting for this offer. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. And then you do this for all of the programs. And then we're going to go here, 50, 10, and then we'll see if I did them all. Yep, it's letting us through. And then proof is coming soon. And then finish. There we go. What's next? Paste this code in the body of this product's sales page. So there you have it. You take that, you paste it, you copy that, and you paste it into the body of the sales page, and it's going to be there. Your product has been configured. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how to create your product inside GrooveSell. And when we go back here, there we have it. So we've got Comfort Zone Talks, and if we open that up, we see all that we put in process there. Now, if we go back, actually, let me go here and add a product. And now we go to upsell. And this is live event. Whoops. Live event. Product description, live event. Just to give you a quick rundown of how this goes. And now price points. Early bird. This is for the people that act before the end of this month, the end of March. And this price point is going to be half. You can say it's a $2,000 product. They're going to get it for $997 one time. Early bird. I'm going to add another one. Early bird easy pay.
And just for the people who want to know how to paste the code in the body, that's what we're going to cover next week. We're building a whole funnel for you. So last week it was the opt-in page. So you could start building your list. We taught you how to create the opt-in page. You can start that. This week we're creating the products. Next week it's the sales page. So when we get to that sales page, we'll need to put that code in there. So we'll talk about that next week.
And let's say this one, I can't even do it monthly. It's going to be, it's not enough time. So $350 every 2 weeks for 3 payments, and this is just an easy pay. So look, you can't do the $997 all at once. Great. Make 350 payment now, 2 weeks, make another 350 payment. The third time, make a 350 payment, and then we'll see you at the live event. So it breaks it into installments. That's one option. And then new price point is last chance. And if it's not sold out, they get a one-time payment of $19.97. And there we go. We'll actually get rid of this last one. Okay. So just those 3 payment options, right? And then we can save and next. And pretty much we go through the same process. In PayPal, once it's already set up in there, just click it. Remember, this one has to add up to 100. So the percentage in there, and I think it does show it. So if you take everything out, it says percentage. So 100% since it's the only one there. Credit card, add my credit card, which is my Stripe. And once again, without the 0 there, it says percentage, 100%. And then save and next. Sales page URL, whatever the URL is for the sales page. Thank you page. And remember, this is all, you can come back and modify these when you have them all done. This is setting them up. Refund period, and we'll do a 3-day buffer period. Save and next. So once you get the hang of this, you'll click through it and have it all ready to rock. Look and feel, we're gonna go pink. On this one, we're gonna go first name, last name. Yep, we'll take all that stuff. Express checkout. We're just gonna do the one-click confirmation, which is gonna have the pop-up come up, right? You know, you're about to order this. Yes, I wanna order it. Cart abandonment, one option. CSS, we don't need any CSS. Legal, we're going to, at this point, not have them agree to terms. Down the road, we'll have them agree to some terms. Language is the same, compliance is the same, exit, there's no exit, testimonials, no testimonials, next. And so as the stuff coming soon comes available, we'll have to redo it and show you how to do them. But right now, that's not available. Right now, we'd have to put the webhook in, which is where they speak back and forth with the membership. And also remember, this could be, I'll just give you this example. TomBeal.com/event 354- So that could be like, that's just a made up thing that I just put there that could lead them to the fulfillment. And on that page would have all the details if I don't have a membership site that's connected to it. And then from there, save. We just want to go to the normal thank you page that we already chose. No more upsells or downsells. And for that one, you could actually do no affiliate program, but for this one, what the heck? Feeling generous, we'll give a 20% affiliate and nothing on a second tier for the event, or maybe what the heck, just to surprise them. We tell them we give them nothing, we give them 3%. Oops. There we go. Finish. And there you have it on the upsell page. So this upsell page is the thank you page for the previous product that we just built. So follow the thinking that we did. So we talked about the possibility of the product that we created initially was maybe even after giving away a Joe Vitale interview. Hey, you love that interview. Guess what? I put together this amazing package of interviews. You're absolutely your mind's going to expand and you're going to break out of your comfort zone. You're going to do things you never thought you'd do. You're going to achieve results you never thought you'd achieve. Boom. And that leads them into that funnel. They buy it. Anyone who buys that now sees the invitation to the live event. And that only comes to the people who buy it. They're going to be brought to this page where I copy and paste this page as the upsell sales page. And as Donna said, we're going to be talking about how and where to do that on the upcoming one. And there we go. We got it. So we built a product and so the Comfort Zone Talks was the interview package that we bought on a recurring basis that we put together. And then when they purchase that, they also get the invitation to the live event. Whew, everybody still with me? How are we doing? 7:15 and we got through that. So let me check.
They are loving the training. There's lots of great compliments to you. And I want to read this one out loud. Rob says, I just wanted to give you a shout out on how clear this training was. I have zero experience with any of this and have been able to follow along really well. So great job, Tom.
Thank you, thank you. That makes me feel good because I tried to take the analogy Donna gave of a new remote, and we are all dealing with this. And I think you even noticed, uh, fortunately, this remote, even though it's new to me, is not super complicated. And you might be thinking, well, it is to me, Tom. Well, I'll let you know. You play around with it, and here's the great part. You saw, I mean, geez, even somehow I don't even know how I did it. I slid my finger across the mouse, and it went haywire and backed us all out of that. It's not that hard to make mistakes and figure it out. So I will say, step out of your comfort zone and just play around. So simply just go back here. And by the way, thank you for those kind words and thank you for reading that to me, Donna. And all we have to do is go back here when you log in, and I'll back it right up. When you come into the home area, you're brought here. Like that's when you log into GrooveSell, you're there. Go click on funnels, click on product funnels, and here's where we have like all that we just did is still in that funnel, the interview series with upsell. So there it all is. And so that's what we build. So if you have nothing in there, you click on the new product funnel, you give it a name, your internal name, you name it, you give it a brief description, and get similar to what I found. And you've seen Mike do it when he's doing it, and you probably see Donna do it when she's doing it. Sometimes you give it a name, you give it a name, you give it a description, you click create funnel, product funnel, and it, oh, you're too long. You have too many characters. Okay, you go back, you modify it, you shorten it, and you click create product funnel. Sometimes you're still too many characters. You just know it's okay. Uh, Everybody is going to have those types of learning curves to keep it precise, to keep it simple. And then you go in, and then once you create the product funnel, I'll just show you. Example 2. Um, Book to live eventee. All right, I'll copy that. The description, book to live event, create the product. Once you're in here, then you go up in the top right, click product, and there you have it. You begin the process. You give it a name, you give it a description, and you go through all that you see at the top there, right? And some of the areas are going to confuse you, and that's okay. Go back, watch this training again. Go back, watch the one that Mike did when he gave the initial beta. And I'm looking in there. My mind is smoking right now. Bernard, that's good. Uh, Excellent sharing. Great. So this, my intention was to keep it simple and help you understand. You don't have to have it perfect. This is a great quote I learned a long time ago. You don't have to get it right. You just have to get it going. So don't let anything hold you back from getting in here and playing around. And then let me just show you something. So guess what? After you play around, I'm gonna go back to the products, funnels. Guess what? Go here, delete. Boom. Even the one we did earlier. You know what? Delete. Boom. Why? Because it was just playing around. And this one, I was playing around before we joined this evening. And now, what I would tell you, the best place to start. So after you play around and you get a feel for it and realize it's not that difficult, then it goes back to the strategizing. Then it goes back to literally a pen and a piece of paper and mapping it out and say, okay, who are my people and how can I serve them? What's the initial opt-in that I want them to engage with me? And what's that offer, that irresistible offer where they're like, holy cow, I can't believe I get this for only giving my name and email. Once they give you their name and email, what's that initial offer that you can share with them that says, man, if you like that, you're absolutely going to love this. And you give them that irresistible offer that they then have to make that commitment and pull out their credit card and make a purchase with you. And how are the different ways that you can make it as seamless and simple for them to say yes and remove any friction of them saying no. And that's why you see a lot of times we give the dollar trial example. Sometimes the dollar trial may be pertinent and useful for you. Other times it's an absolute not a fit for you and for what you're doing. It's up to you to determine and decide from looking at the marketplace, looking at the things you've purchased, looking at the things that are working in your particular marketplace. Okay, what's that offer that I can craft that will be as irresistible as that opt-in to where it's irresistible, like, holy cow, I can't believe I'm getting this for only whatever the payment is. And then think of, okay, what are the other options that I could give them that would make it seem so irresistible for them to move forward. And you don't have to pick a whole bunch of different pricing options if you don't want, but it does have that availability for you. And if that is the right fit, then you do all the things that we talked about today and go through the whole process. And then other questions. Well, Tom, what if I don't have a Stripe account yet? Well, go to Stripe and create one. What if I don't have a PayPal account yet? Okay, go to PayPal and create one. What if I got kicked out of PayPal? Well, you're not the only one. It happens, and if that happens, here's a quick understanding. You're not the only one. Some of the biggest and best marketers in the world have been kicked out and can't get back.
Which is why we recommend groovepay.com.
Exactly right. So then go and apply for GroovePay and get your merchant account through GroovePay. And just understand, you're going to do whatever you need to do to take the actions that are yours to take to get your message to the people that you can serve and create those irresistible offers that make them say, holy cow, I'm thankful that I crossed paths with this. This is exactly what I've been looking for. And guess what? Resourcefulness always beats resources. So just be committed to doing whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes, quotations or parentheses, ethically and honestly, to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to get from where I am to where I know I can be. And guess what? There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be learning curves. But that's why Donna's here. That's why I'm here. That's why Mike, John, the whole team is here to help you figure this out, keep it as simple as possible, and get some stuff out there that people can say, wow, I want this. And they'll opt in. Your list will grow. Say, wow, I want this product that I just came across. They're going to get your product. And then they're going to see the next product that you have for them that takes it even further down that journey. And one step at a time, you'll get there. Just get in there, play around, see how it's not that complicated. Just like I love the analogy Donna shared before we went live. This is a new remote. And those remotes can get tricky nowadays, but guess what? You can figure it out. It's going to take you having to play around in it so you can see it, how and what we did today. But then you get in there, you play around with it, and then go back to that piece of paper and start strategizing. What are the irresistible offers that I can create? What are the price points that I feel can be something that will make it a no-brainer, make it something that they're excited to take action and move forward with because you've done the thinking and put together an offer that's so brilliant for them. All right, so you've got this. We can do this. Now we will transition to some questions and answers, Donna. Do we have some questions?
So I have been really running through the questions in the chat
Okay.
while you're training.
Mm-hmm.
So many of them have been covered already, but I do think that there are some that are worth kind of just discussing out loud, even though I've already answered them. One of them is about a members area, delivering a members area and products.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's useful for everybody to know that while GrooveFunnels doesn't have a members area yet, it is on schedule to be released before the end of this year, and it might be, and now no promises, but we might have some very, very basic members area integration by launch on June 1st. So we're really pushing to have the bare bones of all of GrooveFunnels ready by June 1st. So, but don't hold me to that. That's not a promise. It's just a goal for us. And definitely by the end of this year, Groove Member will roll out, which is included if you purchase the whole GrooveFunnels Groove Pages package. Groove Member is included and will be rolled out at the end of this year.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So sit tight. And just like Groove Pages and GrooveSell, I mean, it's got not just Mike's, almost 2 decades of being in this industry and producing ridiculously amazing results and having to overcome and spend, at this point, millions of dollars in developers and things like that to overcome the obstacles and challenges. This is all going into Groove Pages, GrooveSell, and the membership site capabilities that will be there for you to utilize. Geez, Donna, you know this, I know this, many of you don't. Years and years ago, Mike and I actually had, with his companies, a very well-used membership site service that just decided to pull the plug on it because, as you've learned with GrooveSell and Groove Pages, some of the old stuff just needs to be scrapped and redone. And that's what's being done here with GrooveSell, GroovePages, and the membership capabilities that will be at your disposal soon. They're going to be the absolute latest, cutting edge, simplest, most powerful that you've ever seen. And yeah, sit tight, but sit tight excitedly, knowing they're coming, but don't let that hinder your progress. Become resourceful and figure ways to make it happen. Maybe that tip that I shared, even Brendan Burchard does. He has a membership site that doesn't even have he doesn't have any membership area. It's just they pay monthly and they just get a URL every month emailed to them that goes to the training. So you don't have to complicate it. You can do it simply, even when you reach tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars. It's pretty cool. All right. Any other questions?
There are lots of questions about the replays. So those are available at groovecartacademy.com. If you go to groovecartacademy.com, if you don't have a login, I suggest that you try the password reset option first, because everybody should have a login. Use the email that you used when you purchased GrooveSell or GrooveCart. If that doesn't work, then reach out to support@groovedigital.com. It is possible that in your GrooveCart trainings, you only have access to GrooveCart and not the GroovePages or GrooveFunnels area. That might be the case. If that's the case, reach out again, support@groovedigital.com, and they'll make sure you get access to both of these areas. With that, we are pretty much wrapped up in terms of questions. We can do a last call for questions at this point. And well, thanks for that link to the GrooveSell beta demo.
Yeah, and I put that out just because, you know, many probably saw it a while ago, but I'll tell you this, and as I told you in the beginning, I wanted to keep it simple. I didn't want to make it complex. Mike gets into some of the more complex areas for those of you who might already be doing some ridiculous numbers. And trust me, that's a good problem to have. And if you don't have that problem yet, I'm excited that you will have that problem in the near future with Donna, Mike's, John's, all the whole Groove apps team's guidance. But when you get to those large numbers, you're going to stumble across other problems and difficulties and challenges that GrooveSell will solve for you. And Mike gets into some of those, into that more in depth. That's why I said, you know, go deeper if you want to with that demo he gave, because we went through a simple, easy flow. He goes a little bit deeper and shares some of the more complex things that GrooveSell can do for those people that are not novice or not intermediate, but at that advanced level. You're going to see some huge benefits that he gets into there. So Donna, thank you for your help today. As always, it's always great to be with you and helping the Groove members here learn how to take their results to the next level. And here are some upcoming trainings on how to create a sales page next week, creating the legal pages the week after, and then we'll be also sharing what's coming up in the upcoming weeks after that as well. But Donna, thanks again, and thank you all for being here with us this evening. I hope you have fun playing around with it. Go create some great value, some great products. I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.